The 1894 Mercedes-Benz Velo, which could reach a top speed of only 12 miles per hour, was the first mass-produced vehicle to be measured at speed. After then, there aren't many confirmed records. However, in or around 1950, the Jaguar XK120 achieved a production car speed record of 124.6 miles per hour. After this, conducting one's own top speed test for cars became a fad. Car and Driver evaluated the legendary McLaren F1, and in 2005 the Bugatti Veyron EB 16.4 set the first official speed record that was confirmed by German inspection officials. Only a small number of vehicles have come close to breaking the record since the official challenge between manufacturers began at that same moment. Hi guys, welcome to Finest Vehicles. Today we will look at the fastest cars in the world in 2024. And stay tuned, because somewhere in this video we will present a fun fact that you will find very interesting. Number 10. The Rimac Nevera with a top speed of 258 miles per hour. One of the most stunning electric supercars in the world is the Rimac Nevera. It is one of the most potent EVs on the market right now because of its quad-motor system, which produces 1,914 horsepower and 1,741 pound-feet of torque. The Nevera has a top speed of 256 miles per hour, but owners are only allowed to go up to 219 miles per hour. It can go from 0 to 60 miles per hour in just 1.85 seconds and from 0 to 100 miles per hour in 4.3 seconds. However, in November 2022, the Nevera reached a high speed of 258 miles per hour while being driven by Maroš Rnivi, Rimac's head test and development driver, making it the fastest electric car in the world. The price of this car is $2 million and it has a production run of 150 units. Number 9. The Koenigsegg Agera R with a top speed of 260 miles per hour. The Agera R isn't too far behind the Agera RS, which might be the fastest of its class. The iconic 5.0-liter V8 engine from the firm, with a maximum output of 1,124 horsepower and 885 pound-feet of torque, was installed in the 2011 Agera R. The Agera R reaches a top speed of 260 miles per hour and does 0 to 60 miles per hour in 2.7 seconds. The price of this car is $2 million and only 18 examples have been produced. Number 8. The Bugatti Chiron with a top speed of 261 miles per hour. This list of Bugattis includes the regular Bugatti Chiron. The quad-turbo W16 engine was carried over into the Chiron, which was unveiled in 2016 to replace the Veyron. However, output was increased to 1,479 horsepower and 1,180 pound-feet of torque. It does 0 to 60 miles per hour in 2.6 seconds and has a top speed of 261 miles per hour. All this performance is available for $3 million. Only 500 examples have ever been produced. Number 7. The Bugatti Veyron Super Sport with a top speed of 268 miles per hour. In 2022, the Bugatti Veyron will be 17 years old, but it will still rank among the quickest supercars ever produced. The Veyron actually makes this list because of the record that Bugatti set in 2010 with its top speed of 267.8 miles per hour. This standard was reached using a Veyron Super Sport variant that was strengthened. To commemorate the occasion, Bugatti produced a limited run of 30 automobiles known as the World Record Edition. However, these cars are only capable of 258 miles per hour in order to protect the tires. The 8.0-liter W16 engine of the Super Sport was also the Veyron's most potent model, producing 1,184 horsepower, which is 197 more than the standard model. The engine produces 1,106 pound-feet of torque and the car does 0 to 60 miles per hour in 2.6 seconds. Only 30 examples were ever produced for a price of $2.7 million. Number 6. The Hennessey Venom GT with a top speed of 270 miles per hour. 2011 saw the release of the Venom GT, which was produced up until 2017. Despite the apparent length of the run, only 13 cars were produced. The heavily modified Venom GT, which is based on the Lotus Exige, has a twin-turbo, 7.0-liter V8 engine under the hood. The engine produces up to 1,244 horsepower and 1,155 pound-feet of torque and is based on General Motors' LS7 V8. In February 2014, the Venom GT reached its peak speed of 270.4 miles per hour on the shuttle landing strip at the Kennedy Space Center in Florida. While exceeding the world record at the time, Hennessey's single-direction run prevented it from being entered into the Guinness Book of Records. It does 0 to 60 in just 2.7 seconds, and all this power costs a total of $1.2 million. Number 5. The Koenigsegg Agera RS with a top speed of 278 miles per hour. When Koenigsegg reached an average speed of 277.9 miles per hour in November 2017, the Agera RS, the most potent model of the Agera, became the fastest automobile in the world. Although the record was broken in less than 2 years, the Agera RS still holds other records, including those for 0 to 200 miles per hour acceleration, 200 to 0 miles per hour braking, and 0 to 200 miles per hour and back to a complete stop. Koenigsegg, unlike Bugatti, did not create a limited edition Agera RS to commemorate the record, but there were only 25 examples made overall. The engine is a twin-turbo, 5.0-liter V8 that produces 1,341 horsepower and 1,160 pound-feet of torque. The car does 0 to 60 miles per hour in 2.6 seconds. The price of this beauty is $2.5 million. Number 4. The SSC Tuatara with a top speed of 295 miles per hour. Top speed record disputes are widespread, particularly when it comes to surpassing the 300 miles per hour barrier, which used to be a myth and an impossibility. The SSC Tuatara allegedly reached a top speed of 331 miles per hour in October 2020, making it by far the fastest car in the world at the time. Within hours, individuals had begun pointing out inconsistencies in the films, and sure enough, what would have been a record-breaking performance was just impossible to verify. SSC made a second effort because it is still determined to show that the Tuatara is the world's fastest vehicle. The Koenigsegg Agera RS was knocked out of second place, and the Bugatti Chiron Supersport 300 Plus became the world's fastest car as a result of that second effort, which sadly wasn't as successful as the first. Although there have been many disputes in the past regarding the SSC Tuatara's top speed, it appears that we have finally reached a resolution. The company made the decision to put all doubts to rest by attempting one final run. Although it isn't a run of 316 miles per hour, or even over 300 miles per hour, for that matter, it is unquestionably an improvement over the 282.6 miles per hour. The Tuatara reached 295 miles per hour, breaking its own record and moving up to fourth place on this list of the world's fastest automobiles. The car has 1,750 horsepower and does 0 to 60 miles per hour in 2.5 seconds. Its engine is a 5.9-liter flat-plane crank V8 and has 1,280 pound-feet of torque. Only 100 examples were built, and they each cost $1.6 million. Number 3. The Bugatti Chiron Supersport 300 Plus with a top speed of 304 miles per hour. With a top speed of about 261 miles per hour, the ordinary Bugatti Chiron is already one of the fastest vehicles in the world. However, the French company wanted to break the existing record, so it developed a vehicle that was even more powerful. The engine was modified by Bugatti to have 1,578 horsepower, which is 99 more than the Chiron's regular rating. It has longer gear ratios in the transmission, and a reworked aerodynamic package that lengthens the car by approximately 10 inches. 304.7 miles per hour was the top speed the modified car could reach. There are only 30 of these cars in existence, which is enough for the Guinness Book of Records to certify the speed record. The engine is a quad-turbo, 8.0-liter W16 that produces 1,180 pound-feet of torque. It does 0 to 60 miles per hour in just 2.6 seconds. The price of this car is a whopping $3.8 million. Number 2. The Hennessey Venom F5 with a top speed of 311 miles per hour. Hennessey has a reputation for outrageous builds, so the Texas-based tuner decided to try his hand at building a vehicle from the ground up. In 2011, it introduced the Venom GT, which was produced until 2017, but of which only 17 were made. Nevertheless, it wasn't until 2016 that we learned Hennessey was developing a model to replace the GT that would be even better. In all honesty, the replacement wasn't a letdown. The supercar, known as the Venom F5, had a brand new 6.6-liter twin-turbo V8 that produced 1,817 horsepower and nearly 1,200 pound-feet of torque. A 7-speed automatic was used to transfer all of the power to the rear wheels. The tuner/automaker boasts that the Venom F5 has a top speed of 311 miles per hour and can accelerate from 0 to 60 miles per hour in under 3 seconds. Every run has seen improvement, with the most recent one at NASA's runway in Florida reaching 271.6 miles per hour. We won't roll it out just yet either, as Hennessey still has work to do to accomplish its 311 miles per hour objective. Do you anticipate the Hennessey Venom F5 will surpass the 311 miles per hour mark? This car costs $2.1 million and only 24 examples will be produced. Before we go to the number 1 on this list, here's the fun fact of this video. Did you know that 80% of an average car is recyclable? The majority of auto parts can be recycled, which is good news. Around 80% of modern automobiles are recycled, making them the most recyclable consumer good in the world. Included in this are bits of metal, dust, glass, clothing, paper, wood, rubber, and plastic. Number 1. The Koenigsegg Agera Absolute with a top speed of 330 miles per hour. When you thought the Agera was the Swedish automaker's pinnacle creation, it decided to create an absolute suffixed hyper version of the supercar. In order to make the Agera Absolute unbelievably fast, the manufacturer worked on its aerodynamics and high-speed road characteristics before it was unveiled in 2020. With 2 modifications including an expanded rear hood, covered rear wheels, and a lowered suspension, it has a low drag coefficient of just 0.278. While the front hood air ducts are likewise closed, it is missing the enormous rear wings and the front wheel louvers. The $2.8 million, 1,600 horsepower Absolute Agera has a top speed of 330 miles per hour. This is a theoretical top speed, and the car hasn't actually reached it yet, it should be mentioned. As the first prototype was taken out of the oven in May 2022, we may presumably expect to see it in the open soon. All things considered, if this ends up being another Tuatara-style disaster, we will undoubtedly be dissatisfied. Nonetheless, for the time being, we'll accept Koenigsegg's claim that it is the world's fastest car. The engine is a 5.0-liter twin-turbo V8 that produces 1,106 pound-feet of torque. Only 125 examples will be produced. Which one would you like to own? Give your opinion in the comments. Did you enjoy this video? Then please like and subscribe for more of the best new vehicle videos here at Finest Vehicles.